YouTube Shorts make up over 70 billion views on YouTube every single day. From Zacty Films to Sambucha to Mr. Beast to whatever this is, YouTube Shorts are now an integral part of YouTube. But it was merely 6 years ago when short-form content ceased to exist on the platform, and the creators pulling in the most views were long-form creators like Markiplier, PewDiePie, and Rettenling. Now this begs a serious question. How did we get here? Well, to answer that question, we first need to go back to 2016, because Shorts never even started with YouTube. Kinda. Because vertical content actually started when TikTok was launched by a company named ByteDance. But in 2017, ByteDance also acquired this little-known company called Musical.ly. Videos were really similar to TikTok, except for it was music-based videos, I guess. But now it's 2018 and ByteDance is in this pretty weird position where they have one social media platform, Musical.ly, that's growing at a really fast rate, and TikTok, this other platform that is kind of starting to gain a little bit of traction on its own. So what do? They merge both platforms into one? Now, I have no idea why they did this, but it seemed to work because TikTok began to blow up. Like, TikTok literally blew up so fast that India banned it due to national security concerns. And America raised concerns because of how addicting the platform was. This is where YouTube finally stepped in. TikTok showed just how much potential short-form content had. It showed how many people actually liked this type of content. YouTube knew that they couldn't just be left on the sideline with short-form. Since India banned TikTok, and due to the fact that TikTok was so popular in India before the ban, YouTube knew that that was the best place to first roll out short-form content. So YouTube rolled out the first ever version of YouTube Shorts in India for beta testing in September of 2020. And just like you'd expect, people really liked it. Then finally in March of 2021, Shorts were officially launched in the US. This version of Shorts now only allowed videos that were 60 seconds or less. At the start, not many creators took advantage of Shorts, mainly because it was something new and they didn't really know much about it. Some larger creators like Mr. Beast created second channels to sort of feel out the system. Another reason that creators weren't really moving over to Shorts is because they weren't monetizable. They didn't have any ads and 60 seconds was much too short to put a brand deal. So a lot of creators that were already established just kind of kept doing what they were doing. This was also during the pandemic when everyone was trapped inside of their house. So the stuff that was doing the best on YouTube were longer videos like Dreams Manhunts and streamers. So it didn't really make a ton of sense for creators to go in on Shorts when long form was crushing it at the time. But this led to one of the biggest opportunities that I had ever seen for small creators on the platform. You see, since most experienced creators were going all in on long form, this led a bunch of creators to get their big break on Shorts. This was because there was pretty much no competition and everyone was starting at zero. This is where we started to see the rise of creators like Nick DiGiovanni, Sambucha, Dan Rhodes, Isaiah Photo, Cam18, Law by Mike, the list goes on. There was insane amounts of growth from these creators, like something I had never seen before. YouTube was pretty much rewarding the first people that were super consistent in doing Shorts. You saw creators growing from 0 to 1 million subscribers in literal months. It was crazy. But it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows. Although a bunch of creators were experiencing insane amounts of growth, most of them weren't even making a dime because of the fact that Shorts weren't even monetized. Remember whenever I said that these creators were essentially rewarded for being the first few that were very consistent on Shorts? Well, that same reward didn't really transfer over to long form, because you're now competing against creators that have 10 plus years of experience. You're essentially being thrown into the shark's den at that point. And 90% of those Shorts creators didn't really stand a chance at that time. They simply just weren't experienced long form creators. This led a ton of creators at the time to essentially develop the conclusion that Shorts were bad for your channel because short form viewers don't want to watch long form content. They thought it was impossible to transfer your channel from Shorts to long, and that just wasn't the case. Wait, give me just a second to tell you about the sponsorship on today's video, .store domains. Let me ask you a question. If you started an online store to sell to your audience that you've worked extremely hard to build over the years, what domain would you use? Would you use www.tree123.myshopifystore.com or tree.store? The answer is obvious, right? Tree.store is simply way more memorable, rolls off the tongue better, makes it extremely clear to my audience that this is my store. more, and just overall allows me to build a better trust with my audience. It's not a coincidence that some of the largest influencers in the world trust that store, such as Mr. Beast, IShowSpeed, Zach King, just to name a few. So make the right move and click the link in the description to secure your .store domain before it's too late. Now, back to the video. Anyways, YouTube took notice that short form creators weren't really getting compensated for the amount of views that they were bringing to the platform. So in August of 2021, YouTube rolled out a $100 million creator fund that would be distributed to the top performing short form creators. In the grand scheme of things, that wasn't really that much money, considering that some creators just make that on their own, but it was something to help out short form creators while YouTube tried to find a more permanent solution. So when 2022 rolls around, the first thing that YouTube does is announce that they're going to start running ads in the Shorts feed and adding Shorts to the YouTube Partner Program. This meant that Shorts creators would start making a percentage of the revenue that ads were bringing to the platform. This is the same way that long form creators make money as well. This was great for Shorts, and it gave more confidence to more established creators on the platform. We started seeing creators like Ryan Trahan and Mark Rober dabble in short form content. We started seeing this trend where creators would start using Shorts to push traffic to their long form content. I think the first person to do this super successfully early on was Ryan Trahan. You see, Ryan uploaded this series where he turned a penny into a house in 7 days, and he uploaded a short essentially giving an overview of that entire challenge, and that video ended up garnering over 60 million views. Also in 2022, some newer creators started to emerge like Zach D Films, and this creator named Daniel LaBelle uploaded a video titled "If Cleaning Was a Timed Sport Part 2." And this short ended up becoming the most viewed YouTube short ever and garnering over 1.6 billion views. Also in 2022, YouTube decided to recognize short form creators in their official blog showcasing the year of 2022 on YouTube. They showed a little list of all the top performing shorts of that year. But not only that, but they also showcased the top 10 creators of that year according to other creators. And 5 out of the 10 of those YouTubers were primarily short form creators. This was huge because it showed that short form was finally getting integrated into the platform properly. And speaking of getting integrated into the platform properly, Shorts in February of 2023 finally got added to the YouTube Partner Program. This meant that Shorts creators were finally able to monetize their short form content. Now, to get monetized on Shorts, you need 1,000 subscribers and to have gotten 10 million short form views within the last 90 days. Now, although 10 million short form views sound way harder to achieve than 100,000 on long form, trust me, it's not. Not only because Shorts just generate more views than long form videos do on average, but they are so much easier to make. You can make 10 shorts within the time that it takes to edit a long form video. So you have so many more attempts at getting a viral video. So even if you're not good at YouTube, your chances of getting 10 million views on Shorts are way higher than getting 100,000 on long form. Shorts were just super OP. Speaking of overpowered, I cannot talk about Shorts without mentioning this trend. The craziest thing happened in 2024 whenever Mark Rober posted probably one of the most insane shorts ever. But to understand why this is so crazy, you kind of need to understand how the short form algorithm works. Well, the YouTube Shorts algorithm works in a very similar way to the long form algorithm. The way that the normal YouTube algorithm works is that it takes in data like the amount of people that are clicking on videos and how long those viewers are watching those videos for. The higher those percentages are, the more likely your video is to be pushed out and get more views. That is in the simplest terms how the YouTube algorithm works. Now, the Shorts algorithm works in a very similar way, except for 2 differences. One is that instead of judging your short based on the amount of clicks it gets, the algorithm judges your short based on the amount of people that don't immediately swipe past it. That is called the STR, or the swipe through rate. But YouTube also has this little thing where it tracks engagement on shorts, meaning the amount of people that comment, like, or subscribe based on the amount of views that a video gets. So if a short is getting a higher subscriber to view ratio, then it will be pushed out more. This little detail within the YouTube algorithm led to one of the most insane subscriber gaining strategies that I had ever seen. Because take a look at this short that Mark Rober posted right here. This short took advantage of a deadly aspect within the YouTube algorithm. Because Mark Mark would gain more views and those viewers would subscribe to Mark. So the video would get pushed out to more viewers. Then those viewers would also subscribe. This was a deadly algorithmic cycle. And I think that this short has pulled more subscribers than any other video on the platform ever. This short gained Mark 11 million subscribers within the first month of it being live, and 25 million subscribers within the first 5 months. And this video is currently sitting at 250 million views. This also caused a trend that spanned all across YouTube Shorts for a few months. And a ton of creators gained millions and millions of subscribers by using the same strat that Mark did. It was crazy. Now this brings me to 2025, where Shorts are an integral part of the platform. And if this sounds like it's not a ton of history, it's because it's not. I think that YouTube Shorts are still in the beginning stages right now. We haven't really seen a creator come and change the game of shorts, the same way that Mr. Beast did for long form. I also think a lot of creators are scared to get into shorts because they've heard different horror stories about them. But at the end of the day, there are a ton of shorts creators that are absolutely killing it on the platform right now, such as all the creators that I've made videos about on this channel. All I'm saying is that I don't think that people really realize how valuable shorts can be if you use them in the right way. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button. I really want 100,000 subscribers. And also hit that link in the description so you can secure your .store domain today. Anyways, bye!